I don't got no friends. You my new friend.
Friend? Said you bad.
I mean, I'm not here to be a friend though.
You want to
You
be
take
more
things
than you
slow.
want to be more than friends?
Yeah, of course.
Like like cousins?
Yes.
Would you mind telling me the quick story of how you first met?
I was chasing her for years. She didn't respond to me, but I never gave up.
What made you respond eventually?
I got older after a while, and I was like, you know what, it's time to go. The egg's gonna get scrambled after a while, so my anger is really bad. So he had.
Believe me when I tell you, she does not like that man.
What I consider the friend zone, and this is just me personally, I consider the friend zone when you have a friendship with a woman that you are physically or sexually attracted to. Period, point blank. The circumstances may vary. You may have tried to pursue her and she rejected you and placed you in the friend zone, and now you were just rocking out in the friend zone, and that's what you're doing. You are choosing to have the platonic existence, and even then you were still attracted to her, so more than likely there is some hope that you could smash. There is some hope in your mind. Or the other situation could be that you never tried to pursue her at all. You just wanted to be close to her, and you were happy being close to an attractive woman that doesn't want to have sex with you. And you might not even be happy. That might not even be the emotion. You might feel a little bit of anguish because she doesn't want you like that, and you don't have the balls to, put it all on the line, lay it on the table and all of that stuff. So there are different ways that this can happen, but at the end of the day, it is you having a friendship with a female that you are sexually attracted to. And this is another thing that you haven't had sex with, and also that is not attracted to you physically or in any way. She's not attracted to you sexually, romantically, nothing. So being that we established that and we vaguely went over how guys get there, let's go a little bit deeper on how guys get there. The root of how guys end up in the friend zone is because they don't make their intentions clear in some way, shape, or form. This is why I never believed in indirect game or nothing like that. You got to have some type of spice. There has to be something there to where you are either overtly letting her know that you want her, or implying that you want her, or even if you want to be like so crafty with the game and stuff like that, just setting the frame to where it's how they say man to woman and stuff like that. For example, even if you do something like, man, we could never be together. We could never, like, whatever, some bullshit like that. I'm not the game guru or no shit like that. But listen, anything that establishes, that man to woman frame to where it's like, yo, there is some attraction for me, and you have to either accept it or you have to reject it in whatever way you're going to do it. You have to buy into the frame. She has to buy into it. If she doesn't buy into the frame, then you move on. But that has to be something that is established early within the first few interactions, unless it's somebody that you're in an environment with that you're seeing on a constant basis, like work or something like that. And then let's pretend in this situation she gets fired or something like that. At that point, you can then begin, because if you were trying to play it safe at the job and stuff like that, at that point, being that she's gone, she's detached from your work situation, you already have that familiarity built. You can try and establish it at that point, because the circumstances that brought you together were not you approaching her or anything like that. So that is how you completely avoid these types of situations. That is how you completely avoid it. Even in, different types of escalations, as far as like, yo, I want to take you on a date, or yo, whatever it might be, like I'm trying to smash, or you trying to do anything in that vein to try and escalate the relationship that you have with her. If you do those things, if you aim to do those things, then she is put in a position at that point where she has to either reject you or flake on you, or accept it and go along with it and keep it going. Now, that's how you completely avoid these situations with women you were attracted to. This is very basic. That's just what it is. And a lack of that is what leads to you getting in the friend zone. If we look at a situation like, okay, you have come out to this chick, and you tried to get on with her and stuff like that, and she keep pushing you to the side, and this is when you first start interacting with her, but she like, yo, you got a cool vibe, and she keep hitting you up and stuff like that. What you have to do after you've laid out the ultimatum and all that, you have to begin to ignore, bringing the freezer out and stuff like that. You can't accept, the friendship. You can't accept the relationship. You can't build that with somebody who has expressed that they have no interest in you. Because if you do, that is how you end up in a friend zone situation. So that's the first thing. Now let's take it a little bit further. Let's say this is somebody you've never expressed this to, and you've established this relationship, and it's not like a work situation or something like that, but y'all have a relationship outside of work or outside of the gym or whatever, and y'all just friends or whatever. But you've always liked her, or you just started liking her, whatever the case may be. In these situations, it's typically too late if you've already established the friendship and it's a platonic friendship. But what you can do, you let's say you just do this, you try to, make your move, ask her if she want to go on a date or whatever you're trying to do. You let her know the interest is there or whatever. She rejects you. She hits you with the, I like you better as a friend or anything like that. At that point, it's really messed up because you got like some type of rapport there. You got some type of attachment. It's never going to be the same. You have to let that awkwardness and all of that just be there. You have to let her feel that. You got to, okay, yeah, whatever. And then you just pretty much freeze her out. You don't continue to entertain her. So it's the same as the first one. You begin to freeze her out. Don't reply to nothing. Just keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, you're going to continue to want her. That's just what it is. But ultimately, no matter what the situation is, she could choose that she doesn't want you. That's fine. But when you choose to continue to engage with her under that frame that she doesn't want you, you're just friends and stuff like that, you put yourself in the friend zone. So you have to refuse to participate with being in the friend zone. So that's what it is. It's really that simple when it comes down to it. Now, this is the other thing. What does she get out of it? Why does she want to be friends with you? And it's very simple. To get the masculine benefit from you. That's really what it is. She calls you to kill the spiders when it's time to move the couch or put the TV on the wall or whatever the case may be. She calls you, things of that nature. But let's say, man, I've had a female friend for 82 years and I've never had to do nothing. Guess what? You've had to listen to her talk about other guys she's actually fucking, other guys she's actually attracted to, other guys she actually wants to be with. And that's another thing. I don't give a fuck if you are pursuing a chick or if you in a friend zone. Like, you do not let a chick talk to you about another dude she want to be with, especially if you like her. That is just a no-no. Now listen, that's advice that I'm going to contradict in a later video. I'm just going to let you know that right now. But for the most part, you should shut that down. You should tell her, like, listen, I don't want to hear about no other dudes or nothing like that. And when I say I'm going to contradict it, you'll find out why when I contradict it in the other video. It's beneficial to some guys. But also, she can get advice from you. She can get the male perspective and male advice from you and stuff like that. So it is very beneficial to have a platonic male friend for a woman. And there are enough guys who are stupid enough to fulfill that role. So why wouldn't she, take advantage in that way if she wanted? Like, why wouldn't she do that? Now, when we get past that, we ask, what is the benefit for you in this situation? Now, the issue is, it really doesn't matter what the benefit is. And this is why I say that. Because at the end of the day, what you want most is to have sex or be with this chick romantically, whatever the case is. And you're never going to get that. And that is more than likely what is compelling you to stay around. So I could sit here and say something like, well, yeah, one of the benefits is you get to skip the line at certain clubs because you got this beautiful chick with you, and yeah, she be getting in and she be having all the females with her and stuff like that. And even just with that, I could say, yeah, she got other female friends and she be putting you on, but that's not going on. If you in the friend zone and you not player, you're not going to try and mess up your chances by trying to get her to put you on with somebody. You're not going to do that. So at the end of the day, the main benefit for you, if you're remaining in the friend zone, like, it's because you get to be in the presence of a woman you think is beautiful or that you find sexually attractive or whatever reason. There is some attraction there and you get to be around this woman. You get to talk to her. You get to associate with her. It makes your heart flutter, makes your meat hard when you're on the phone and FaceTime and stuff. You just love it. But at the same time, a lot of dudes in the friend zone be hating on the dude she's attracted to. And guess what? She's going to put you in positions to where you have to hate them because you're supposed to be her friend, right? You're supposed to give her good advice and all that stuff, right? She's going to be going through whatever she's going through with whatever guys, and he's going to be cheating on her, or he's going to be having other babes, or he's not going to be treating her right. And it's your job to come in and say you need to leave him. You're more than likely going to do more than that. He's a piece of shit. I hate that motherfucker. You're going to do all that shit. And guess what? She's going to keep going back. Now, the last thing is how to get out of the friend zone and stuff like that. Listen, in my opinion, the best thing you could do is distance yourself. And also, in my opinion, the best thing you can do is establish a frame from the beginning and notice what's going on and prevent this from even happening. Because once it happens, in my opinion, it's too late. That's how come I said distance yourself. And this is the thing. That's just going to get you out the friend zone. That's not going to get you, any coochie, or it's not going to make her like you or nothing like that. It's not going to do any of that. It's just going to give you that separation. Now, I've heard some diabolical stuff. Like, okay, stop talking to her and hit her friends and stuff like that. If you got that in you, go ahead and do that. Or start hitting bad chicks and, let everybody see that you hitting, if you get a girlfriend that's cold or whatever, something like that, if you get a bad, this other chick, she's going to start wanting you or whatever. Listen, in my opinion, never chase who don't want you. Accept that they don't want you and move the fuck on. It's that simple. Let me say it again if you didn't get it. Don't chase women that don't want you. Accept that they don't want you. Distance yourself. Don't hover around in orbit and just be around her. Don't do that. Get out of there and live your life. And find a woman that actually likes you. How about that? And the last thing that I'm going to mention is this is why I don't really believe in male friendships. I really don't. And I may touch a bit on this more in the next video that I'm going to do related to men and women friendships and stuff like that, but it's not real. Absolutely. I'm absolutely going to touch on this more in the next video. It's not real. When you look at a male-to-male friendship, it's more real. It's more pure. And when I say that, the male friends that I have, there are no ulterior motives. I don't want anything from them. There's nothing compelling me to be there other than I like who they are and we have a bond. What's ironic is I did a video where a woman said that men don't have real friendships and women have real friendships and stuff like that. Listen, the whole premise of that video is that the dynamics in woman-to-woman friendships are different than the dynamics in men-to-men friendships. And everybody on TikTok was doing response videos to it in men's favor and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that's the one part of the video that she got right. Women are different. Men are different. So when we friend each other, it's different. Our friendships are different. Our whole structure of friendship is different. So when a woman and a man come together, they are not meant to be friends. By nature, they're just not meant to be friends. It's not natural. It's not what it is. And this is why you see all these guys on these podcasts, these women on these podcasts get told by the host to call their best friend and offer him some coochie, and the dude always goes for it. The dude always goes for it. You want to know what's funny? Like in high school, yeah, if that had to happen, more than likely I would have went for it. But when we talk about after I established that mind frame and stuff like that, the female friends that I did have, I was not attracted to. So I'm absolutely turning that shit down. And listen, you could believe that I'm capping. I'm going to just put that out there. You could believe that I'm capping. And the reason that I say that is because if a chick tells me that she's celibate or something like that, it's a convenient lie to make a chick look a certain way and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you're trying to look pure, or I only have 3 bodies. Okay, you're trying to look pure. I'm not going to buy into that because that's a lie of benefit. If you want to believe that I'm capping about a chick, me turning down a chick as far as, somebody I was a friend with for some coochie and stuff, you could believe that I would drive over there immediately. I don't care. I don't put any stock in me saying that. I don't care if you believe it or not. So you could say I'm capping, whatever. But listen, when it comes down to it, for most men that have friendships with women, especially women that are any type of attractive, there's a possibility the default will be there. And we're just talking about the friend zone right now. We're not even talking about Mr. Player Man who is smashing this chick and she like, yeah, no, we just friends, and they lying to the public and stuff like that. We not even talking about Mr. Player Man. So listen, at the end of the day, how we are built just doesn't work out as far as friendships. It just doesn't. Now you could sit here, you could get in the comments and you could type. First off, if you're a babe and you get in the comments typing about how you had a 20-year friendship or nothing like that, it's the same thing on all of these podcasts. If you really want to put it to the test, throw some coochie at him. Really throw some coochie at him. See if he catch it with a catcher's mitt. But outside of that, if you're a dude and you want to get in the comments and say you had a friendship with a chick that was wildly hot for 38 years and you never, I'm not believing that shit either. I'm not believing that shit either. But I'm going to save that for the next video when I get deeper in that bag. I'm going to get deeper in that bag. It might even be a gap between this video and the other video about men and women friendships and stuff like that. But we wrapping it all up right now. Again, I'm not a dating coach. You know, yeah, this might sound like advice, but you know, you do what you do. I'm not here to be your guru. I'm not here to be your leader. I'm just here to put my perspective out there and give a little bit of game, man. That's just what it is, man. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts. I'm out.
You know, I really enjoyed this date.
You know, I was thinking, after taking you on exactly 94 dates, buying you a new car, and getting a shirt with your face all over it, I think we should take this thing to the next level.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
You know exactly what I'm saying. So would you give me the honor of being your boyfriend?
Brother?
Brother?
I always wanted a brother. I always wanted a brother.
OMG, I would love for you to be my brother.
Oh no, you got me messed up. Hey, yo, baby girl, let's go.
Oh, my boyfriend's here.
Boyfriend? You forgot your jacket.
Oh, thanks.
I can't wait to eat this Italian food we ordered.
I know, it's gonna be so good. Oh no, wait a second. Hey, I actually have to go right now.
Why? We barely ordered the lasagna. It hasn't even come in yet.
I know, but it's Steve.
You mean Steve, the guy you've been complaining to me about for the last 6 months about how he's not emotionally available, yet you keep hanging out with him every night and hooking up with him?
Yeah, that's the one.
Why do you keep seeing him if you know he's bad for you?
I don't know. It just makes sense to me, in my heart and soul.
You know what? How about you pay for this meal and then you leave? Because I'm done being in the friend zone and you venting to me all the time while Steve gets all the benefits.
You're looking a really bad friend right now, and it's not fair to me. I'm getting out of here, okay? I'm done with this.
Alright, leave!
See you next week.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Bitch ass nigga.
What'd you say?